Welcome to week 2 of Pigskin Holiday. I'm Ed here with Mario, Lights Out Spina, Carl, Noise, Tip, Terry, and Jen behind the camera, Pink Rock Star in hand. What a crazy week 2 we had. We're going to answer a few questions this week, like do the Jets carry momentum versus Jacksonville at home? Does Gabbert get any playing time? They have a tough schedule ahead. We'll hit that. The Jets needed to get 2-0 very quick. Can the Cowboys bounce back against San Francisco? Old school rivalry. Can Romo rebound? That was the real question. Someone's eating crow today. The Steelers host Seattle coming off of an embarrassing loss to the Ravens.
To say the least.
Could the Ravens respond with another victory? Maybe not. Kansas City Chiefs facing 2 tough road games following this, including this week at Detroit and San Diego. You don't want to start out 0-2 after a playoff season last year.
Yeah.
Is Buffalo for real? Hosting Oakland this weekend and New England next. Can Cam Newton's Panthers come home and host the Green Bay Packers and earn a victory? That question, as well as all those, will be answered right now this week on
Pigskin Holiday.
That's right. Carl, Terry, your New England Patriots. We recorded last week before the Monday night game.
Yes.
Tom Brady was lights out.
Oh my lord. He
against
was
the Dolphins.
A beast. 511 yards he had, including a 99-yard touchdown throw to Wes Welker. I mean, you just cannot beat that kind of performance. And he's done it again this week.
Welker's a fast little white guy.
Oh my lord! It's they've got a powerhouse offense this year. I think they're going to go all the way. Just this week's game, Brady was 31 for 40. He had 423 yards with 3 touchdowns. Now in 2 games, he has 7 touchdowns total, only 1 interception. That's crazy just in itself. That's accurate.
Yeah. His QBR must be freaking like plus.
Right.
Something.
Just exclamation points.
And it's not all short yards
Some
either,
kind of symbol,
because
right.
he has
Kind of like
940 yards total for 2 games.
ridiculous.
940 yards. So it's not just little completions, little accurate throws for 2 or 3 yards.
But
these are huge plays he's getting.
Yeah, 99 yards to Welker.
Oh,
That
yeah.
passed the stats really quick.
Well, yeah, but on top of that, I mean,
Yeah.
he's got 800 and some odd other that's just...
Is there a rushing
big
game
plays.
over there in New England?
Green Ellis is doing pretty good. He's got another touchdown this week. Him and Woodhead just kind of switching off. Green Ellis is getting the majority. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Here's the deal, though. The Patriots look like they're definitely left where they left off. They're a little bit upset about last year's playoff exit, and the Patriots are a well-oiled machine that tends to keep rolling. I don't know that Ocho Cinco is really on track yet, but it didn't mean much last year when they were 14-1.
It's very true. Very true. They, the thing that pisses me off the most about Tom Brady is the fact that, like, he's always good. He's always good. It's like Peyton Manning. And it's in the same division as my favorite team, the Jets, which I have a quarterback that's not always good.
Not a Tom Brady.
Not a Tom Brady at all.
But his record, and for his career so far in this couple of years, 2 AFC divisional games.
He's building quite a good resume, but...
Yes.
I think a lot of that's due to the running game, though, and the defense, especially.
Absolutely.
The defense is killer there.
Yeah.
In New York?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
They have their own island.
Oh, yeah.
That's weird.
It's great. And the best part of the Patriots game this week was the interception by...
the big man rumbling.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was amazing.
Vince Wilfork.
Oh,
That
my
was
lord.
sweet.
He caught that, then he just kind of...
I wonder how many plays after that it took him to gain his breath.
Whenever I saw him running, I just thought of like the Family Guy, that episode whenever Stewie was playing the tuba behind the beat. That's what I thought of, but that was an amazing catch that he got. And on top of that, he held on to that ball whenever they tried to get it out from behind there. So I was very impressed with that. He did a really good job.
Well, I heard 2 things. Number one, when he did get tackled, there were like 4 fans injured from the
The concussion blast?
Yeah.
Oh, they felt it in Utah.
Yeah, they're doing.
It was
movie.
on CNN.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing a movie with him and Leon Light called Big Man Running.
Big tree fall hard.
All right, on to the New York Jets. From the Patriots to Jets we go. So Mario, the Jets carried momentum versus Jacksonville.
Congratulations.
And carried it very well.
Thank you. Yeah, they did do very well. And I would say no thanks to Mark Sanchez, which it breaks my heart to say that. I love the Sanchez. I gotta love him. But like we were just saying, their defense is just outstanding. The Ryan brothers,
4 picks yesterday.
the Ryan family is 4 picks. I mean, Luke, it helps whenever you have somebody like Luke McCown throwing the ball directly to your defense. But And what was it? What did he have? Like a quarterback rating of what was it? 1.8.
Something like that.
1.8.
It was bad enough
Yeah.
that Blaine Gabbert got some playing time, and when he did, dude, check it out. He was 5 of 6 for 52 yards.
Yeah.
In the game.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, maybe he plays next week. Huh?
Bad, yeah. Hopefully.
So Cromartie had
Hopefully.
2 of those picks.
Yeah, Cromartie, especially having a quiet game, and kind of getting letting those two, the touchdown to Bryant where kind of you got burnt by Bryant, and the other one which went in Miles Austin's favor. It just kind of it's kind of nice to see old boy, especially after coming off like this is his contract. I mean, he just got his new contract this year, so he's got to he's got to play, and he's doing all right, especially with pretty much nobody ever throwing to Darrelle Revis's area, so it's like you got to.
Why would you?
Yeah, and you got to pick up that slack, and he's doing a great job.
So Keller had 101 yards and a touch. Santonio had 42 yards and a touch.
Yeah.
No Plaxico Burress.
No Plaxico Burress. He was pretty quiet this entire game. I mean,
WTF?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the whole. I don't know if he's still got some rust on him, or if maybe he's just kind of feeling it after his first game back. Just kind of having a little bit of being a little gun shy. But he doesn't really strike me as somebody that's gun shy at all.
I know what it was, Carl.
Yeah.
He didn't want to wear them ugly ass throwback uniforms.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd been
were
wearing
awful.
jumpsuits for 2 years or whatever. He's
Yeah.
like, no, it's
Right, he'll take the orange over that any day.
Now, Mario, I'm going to kind of argue with you just a slight little bit on Sanchez.
Sure.
Whenever he needs to make the big plays, so far this year he's made them. Everything in between, I'll agree with you. Left a lot to be desired. But whenever he needs to be right on the ball, whenever it really counts, he's been there. And that's hard for me to say
Well, and
because I down him both weeks,
Yeah, yeah.
and I will continue to.
Yeah.
But fact is fact here. He's making the plays whenever he really needs to. So
He's getting the job done, but I mean, you can only do the bare minimum. I don't know if it's not the bare minimum or if it's just the fact that he's just so he's so streaky.
But that works for the Jets. They're a hard-working team. They're not a flashy team, even though
they're
New York.
they're smash mouth football. They're
They
old
are.
school.
So I mean, what he's doing works. You move the chains.
Yeah.
You maintain the ball, kill the clock when you need to.
and
not kill the clock.
And it helps out a
run the
lot,
clock.
especially whenever 90% of the teams in the NFL now are passing teams, and it's a passing defense that you're usually going up against. And when you have somebody like, when you have a rushing game like they do that comes through in the clutch, and then you have a quarterback who is so streaky but seems to be just like you were just saying, so clutch that it's just
So
it's hard for teams to defend that.
When you play the Jets, are you wanting to smash Sanchez in the mouth, and are you also wanting to run a sideline play and kind of bump into Ryan and knock him over? Do you think that happens?
absolutely.
I don't think that anybody knocks Ryan over. I think that he pretty much
It has happened. I saw it.
he's like a walking billboard.
I think the other guy gets hurt more than the good.
Yes, usually.
Right. Let's stay in the AFC for a minute. Last week the Ravens steamrolled the Pittsburgh Steelers in an embarrassing loss for the Steel Nation.
It was.
And this week, Pittsburgh beat Seattle 24-0. Not a big deal. Seattle we don't take seriously.
Right.
Baltimore lost to Tennessee.
Well, at the same time, though, I mean, it's a shutout. And a shutout, no matter who it's
That's true.
against, in the NFL, that's a big deal. Even if it is the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Because even Kansas City's scoring.
Right.
Like 6 or 10 points so far this year.
10. But
But-
that's 10 more points than...
Let's do the old camera rewind and point to last week. When Pittsburgh got blown out, we said that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need, and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And the Jets last year on opening night. Sometimes you need to lose to open up your focus and go, you know what? We thought we had it figured out. We don't. Let's get to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it worked for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It did.
Otherwise, Kansas City continues to be in dire straits. They have lost 2 key starters now. Jamal Charles going down yesterday.
Yep.
And Detroit just shellacked them 48-3.
Oh man. And I really thought at the beginning of the season with them getting Steve Reston from Arizona that was going to definitely help out. Because Dwayne Bowe can only do so much for a bigger guy. And he's still a great deep threat. Especially being a big guy. He's like what 6'3", 220, something like that.
Yep.
I mean, he's ridiculous. But Steve Preston, he's been shut down pretty much ever since he's made his way from the NFC to the AFC, which I don't know if that's a big difference. I mean, if you're going from
Look at baseball.
Conferences,
American League, National League, there's a difference.
yeah, there's a
I
huge
mean-
difference. But I mean, Matt Castle's not really the
What
Matt
happened
Castle.
with him?
He's not really been Matt Castle
he
so far.
stepped in to Tom Brady's shoes, which are big shoes to fill, and he took them to a pretty good season.
Yeah, goes 11-5 in one of the toughest conferences I think in the AFC.
Absolutely.
So
And last year he was not bad. Not
Not really.
Nothing flashy,
Not
but they got
great,
the job
but-
done. They got to the playoffs.
But they did have the #1 running game pretty much in the NFL last season.
But the Chiefs last year, their season was built as a team.
Yes.
It was all cylinders firing. I went to a Chiefs game, as you have been told 20 times. It was a great experience, by the way. I love Arrowhead Stadium.
Yes.
We'll go back this year, fellas.
Yes.
Anyway, every facet was firing. The offense, the defense, the crowd was into it. It
Yeah.
was really cool. And this year, it's kind of dead. But some fingers are pointing to the coach. I look at the OC.
Yeah.
What kind of plays are you running?
Yeah, exactly. And the teams that they're playing, like that they played the last couple, like aren't generally tough teams.
They got blown out by Buffalo, but look what Buffalo did this week.
Right.
And then this week's Detroit, and you guys said, and we looked at them in the preseason. Detroit was looking for real.
Yeah.
So the last two drafts they took defense. So they believe in Stafford. We discussed that last week.
And you're coming up against you think like Matt Stafford in his first 2 seasons. I mean, he's been plagued by injuries so far, and everybody had that question: is he going to be able to even last?
Yep.
Like, is he just going to be another one of those draft busts?
Right, which
But-
there are many of.
I think dude's got a chip on his shoulder, man. I think
I
he is
do, too.
PO'd. Somebody rubbed him the wrong way this past offseason.
Well, when
think
you
so.
get signed as a top draft pick and you make all that money and you're hurt most of the time,
Yeah.
you're like, I haven't earned my money. And
Right,
your
right.
mom calls you at that night. Don't think that these guys don't get these phone
Oh,
calls
yeah.
from their mom.
Yeah.
Son, what are you doing, man? eat some better bananas and drink some more milk. But he got rocked yesterday.
Yeah, he
And
did.
he got up.
He did.
So
That's
good.
good. I hope he stays healthy.
You know what? You know how women have them blouses with the pads in them? Maybe he's wearing that underneath.
And
And maybe it's pink.
very true, very true. Breast cancer awareness.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the thing is that surprises me the most is like I think last week Calvin Johnson maybe had like 80 something yards.
Yeah, something like that.
And he had a touch. This game 29 yards, 2 touches, but between Burleson and Titus Young, Burleson had 93 yards. Burleson is 5'9", and he's just a slot receiver.
Yep.
93 yards. Then you have Titus Young, who's a rookie out of Boise State. I mean, he wasn't even playing NFL caliber football in college.
Nope.
And he comes out and gets 82 yards, 89 yards.
Speaking of Boise State, what's that kid's name? Justin Keller? The quarterback there?
Yeah.
Watch for him next year. That boy's good.
Yeah.
What is that guy that plays the dude? I just heard about him today. It's not Jake Locker, but it's Luck. Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, look out.
Fingers are wagging over that guy.
Look out.
All right, we got about 2 minutes left here. I want to ask you about the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was really a weird surprise to find out that they got rid of David Gerard like a week before the season started or something like that. And then they didn't start Gabbert. They started McCown, what?
Another huge controversy.
And then yesterday, things didn't go as well as the first week, and they put Gabbert in. And like I said, 506, 52 yards late in the game. I call it garbage time. Is one game too soon to yank McCown?
Well, I really don't think so. I think that they could just kind of swap them in and out for a while and just, if they're down, put the other one in. And I think that would be a good way for them to really figure out who's best suited for that position. Because neither one of them at this point is clear cut.
Well, I would say, Mario, what I would do at this point, since you did give McCown the confidence nod and start him last week, and then you pull him out this week, you have to at least one time go, all right, look, you had a bad game. You're going to start this week.
Yeah.
Fix it. And if you don't,
I
you
say
can make the switch. Once you give him a chance to fix his confidence,
Yeah, I give him a chance to at least come back and bounce back from this loss. I mean, it was just he had a tough day, man. And you're playing a team that, like we were just talking about, the entire team seems like the entire city seems like they have a chip on their shoulder.
So look, quarterbacks when they're winning are like machines, robots like Cletus. When they're losing, they're like girls. They're like divas. They're like very fragile and sensitive. And you can't shake a guy's confidence in the NFL and expect him to do well.
Right.
Well, that's it for the first quarter here, folks. We're on to the second quarter right here on Pigskin Hour.